Welcome back to Celebrity Corner, where hip-hop headlines hit harder than a diss track. And today, we're breaking down a moment that just reshaped the rap narrative. Again, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. We thought the saga hit its peak months ago. Diss tracks, diamond plaques, memes for days. But it turns out Drake isn't done. And after what went down at Wireless Festival, he just might have opened a door Kendrick was happy to leave closed. So here's the scene. Thousands of fans at Wireless. Crowd packed, energy sky high. Suddenly, they erupt into a chant. F Kendrick, no mistaking it, no mistiming. And Drake doesn't shut it down, doesn't stay neutral, nah. He lifts his drink and says, I'll toast to that. That move might have been a mistake, because Kendrick, calm as ever, fired back. Not with a track, but a message that froze the timeline. And just like that, the beef we thought was buried, very much alive. Let's break this all down. The performance, the reaction, the strategy, and where this war of words is really headed. So here's where it all reignites. Drake's headlining Wireless Festival in London. Huge crowds, layered set lists, surprise guests. He's clearly trying to shift the focus back to his music. A clean slate, a chance to say, I'm still him. But mid-performance on night 2, things take a turn. The audience breaks into a full chant, F Kendrick. It's loud, unified, aggressive. And this wasn't a few drunk fans yelling from the back. This was a moment. And in that moment, Drake steps into it. Literally. He raises his glass and says, I'll drink to that. Now, he didn't name names, but let's be honest, the crowd did it for him. And his reaction? A full cosign. It wasn't a diss track. It wasn't a direct call-out, but it was the clearest, most public shot Drake has fired since the original beef. Here's where it gets layered. Drake's been walking this strange tightrope lately, saying he's over the drama, claiming he's moved on, but still lacing his music and shows with subtle jabs. Look at his recent single, What Did I Miss? He name drops LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, hints at fallouts with Travis Scott and Future, and yet Kendrick's name nowhere to be found. But then he raises a toast to a crowd chanting Kendrick's name in disrespect. That's not moving on. That's doubling back. And honestly, that move didn't land like he thought it would, because it doesn't come off as clever. It feels performative, like he's trying to look confident while dodging direct confrontation. It's a play for dominance without risk. And in the world of hip-hop, that kind of move doesn't age well. Now, Kendrick's side of this, absolute precision. No live stream, no post, no diss track. Instead, Kendrick hits Twitter with one of Drake's own lines, just a lyric, out of context, and follows it up with a laughing emoji. No caption, no explanation, just a clean, strategic jab that says, I saw it and I'm not impressed. And according to people close to Kendrick's camp, he actually laughed when he saw the toast, said it was predictable, that he expected more. Even crazier, insiders say he's open to round 2. He's not pressed, not chasing it, but he's got songs ready, verses in the vault. And if Drake wants to keep pushing, he'll be ready. And that's the difference. Kendrick isn't scrambling for angles. He's not hopping in front of cameras. He's calculated, reserved. He's waiting. Because he knows if the lyrical gloves come off again, he's coming out on top. Let's talk about how people reacted to all this. Immediately after Wireless, articles were flying in. Writers, fans, even other artists, calling Drake's moment corny, low effort, and transparent. Not because he can't diss, but because he didn't. He let the crowd do it for him. And while that might have felt powerful on stage, online, it came off more like an evasion. On the flip side, Kendrick's tweet blew up. Screenshots, retweets, blogs writing full stories on a single emoji. Fans calling it the coldest non-response ever, because it told you everything without saying anything. And even LeBron James subtly jumped in, reposting Kendrick's performance from the pop-out concert and captioning it, "Real ones know." That's not just shade, that's a statement. Now we've got to talk about Drake's so-called Iceman era. He's got a whole new persona now, white outfits, blacked out SUVs, cryptic album teasers, and giant trucks blasting unreleased tracks through the streets. It's high theater, like he's trying to give final boss energy. But here's the contradiction. The Iceman is supposed to be cold, calm, unshaken, yet everything Drake's doing screams reaction. His lyrics are defensive. His branding feels frantic. His performances are laced with old grudges he says he's past. You can't build a persona around detachment while subtweeting your peers in real life. You can't be above the drama while raising a glass to hate chants. And the audience, they're picking up on it. They see the performance and they're asking, where's the substance? Where's the evolution? Because theatrics alone aren't enough anymore. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the comment section, the fan bases. Because while Drake and Kendrick might be playing chess on stage, behind the scenes, it's a full-on civil war online. Kendrick fans riding the wave of Not Like Us, the pop-out, and the diamond plaque are declaring this a done deal. They're saying Drake is cooked culture-wise and should just hang it. Meanwhile, Drake fans are holding strong. They're spinning everything, calling Kendrick a one-trick diss pony, saying he won't say Drake's name anymore, and defending every move the Six God makes, even the ones that don't hit right. It's gotten to the point where every tweet, every bar, every performance move is getting dissected by both sides like it's the Zapruder film. And while it's entertaining, it also shows how deep this battle goes. This isn't just about two artists anymore. It's about what they represent. And as fans continue to clash, you can feel the pressure building behind the scenes. Because if either of these artists make a misstep now, it's not just a bad song, it's fuel for the opposition. And both camps are watching every move like it's Game 7. Now here's something a lot of people aren't talking about enough: the industry shift that's happening around this beef. Because even though most big names are staying quiet publicly, you can see where the energy is going. LeBron siding with Kendrick? That wasn't just about a concert clip. That was a message. Even the biggest names outside of rap are paying attention to who's moving with integrity and control. And let's be honest, a lot of artists have quietly started distancing themselves from Drake. Not in some dramatic way, but you can feel the change. No reposts, no cosigns, no energy. That never used to happen. Drake was the epicenter. He was the cosign everyone wanted. But now, it's starting to look like artists are watching how he's moving and asking themselves, do I want to be aligned with that right now? And the answer might be shifting. The last time we saw a visible crack in Drake's dominance like this, honestly, never. This is a new chapter. And the question is, can he win the room back? Or is the room already moving on? Let's take a second to zoom in on Kendrick Lamar. Not as a diss machine, but as a figure in culture right now. Because here's the thing. Kendrick isn't just winning this beef, he's evolving into something bigger. An artist who doesn't have to chase hits, who doesn't oversaturate the market, and who still completely owns the moment when he wants to. He's built a position that very few rappers have ever reached, somewhere between cultural watchdog and mythic figure. His movements feel rare, purposeful, and when he does drop, people stop what they're doing to listen. And in this beef, that power is magnified, because while Drake has to keep talking, posting, and performing to hold the spotlight, Kendrick can respond with a tweet and trend for 48 hours. That's not just dominance, that's leverage. And in this era where clout usually wins, Kendrick is showing that craft can still control the room if you're sharp enough. Last but not least, let's talk legacy. Because while the internet is caught up in the moment, there's a bigger question underneath all of this. When the dust settles, who wins history? Right now, Kendrick is positioning himself as the artist who stood on business, who answered the challenge, who didn't just bark, but bit, and bit hard. Drake, on the other hand, is walking a much trickier path. If he can turn this narrative around, drop something undeniable, something classic, then sure, the tide might turn. But if he keeps dodging and dancing, the culture might decide for him. Because legacies aren't just about charts anymore. They're about moments, messages, cultural clarity. And right now, Kendrick is defining all three. Drake's still one of the most successful artists in music history, that's not up for debate. But when it comes to this chapter of his story, the question is no longer, will he respond? It's, will he evolve? Because if not, history already has a winner. So now it's your turn. Was Drake's toast at Wireless bold or just plain messy? Did Kendrick's response hit the mark? And if this beef flares up again, who do you actually think takes round 2? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear it all. And if you're feeling this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more real-time celebrity drama, music culture breakdowns, and the stories behind the headlines. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. This is Celebrity Corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.